Hello, welcome to the Cables, Lace, and Tails podcast. My name is Sue, and I am a maker from northwestern Wisconsin. I have overcome a fear that I have held deeply within my being for decades, and it has been so glorious to overcome it, and it is all about zippers. I made my first zipper pouch. Is it perfect? No. Did I do it? Yes. Am I so proud that I got this fabric for free from a coworker who was getting rid of some stuff, and then I just used some muslin that I had, and in it I have my sewing machine things, and it turned out really, really well. I have watched many bag tutorials throughout the years. I always felt, oh, I want to make bags, but what if I cut into that fabric that should be used for something else? Fear. What if I don't know how to use my zipper foot? What if I can't put my zipper foot onto my machine? Fear. Fear had held me back for a very, very long time. That's the thing about teaching yourself how to do things with crafts or, cooking or gardening or anything you put your mind to. Sometimes the biggest hurdle is yourself. Okie dokie. So my machine is a Brother XR3774. If I can find a picture of it, I'll put it here. But basically, it is a simple, run-of-the-mill, average price quilting machine. Is it the best? No. Is it the worst? No. It's just right for me at this moment in time. Now, I accidentally learned how to change feet. I was puttering around and I was like cleaning my stuff, and I just hit this little lever at the back of the sewing machine foot area, and I dropped my foot, and I thought, oh my God, I broke it. Because I was so scared. Then I got out the manual and I learned, no, I didn't break it. I just did what was required. So I have a small zipper foot, and I put that on, and it's plastic. I may upgrade to a metal one, but I don't know at this moment. And I put in the zipper, which I was really afraid, because what if I break the needle? What if I don't do it right? What if? And to be perfectly honest, the first time I went, I think it's this one. The first time I went across here, actually I do. The first time I went across here, I didn't even catch all of the fabric because I was too far over. Over here, I have a bunch of projects. I don't want to stick myself with pins. Essentially, you have your zipper and you make a sandwich, and I just went too close to the edge. So I just went back and redid it, and it's fine. So this will come into my next thing. I have been wanting to make zipper pouches for myself for a really long time. You see something like this, and I'm sure I'm not going to cut on myself. I know this isn't perfect. This is my first one. You see zipper pouches like this, and you think to yourself, well, it seems really easy. It's just, sewed around and you have a zipper. I've watched many tutorials. It seems really easy. But for some reason, changing my foot on my machine and doing a zipper seemed like climbing Mount Everest. Just to be clear, I'll never climb Mount Everest. It's not my cup of tea. So I decided that I want to batch projects, and I really want more zipper pouches. Like this one is holding my sewing machine feet and whatnot, and I put this in my sewing machine case. I actually have a hard top case that I keep it in, so that's always there. But I want one for different projects. I want some for like notions in the living room, so they're just not laying all over the place. So I decided to cut up the fabric that I've been holding on to, oh gosh, 15 years or more. This was a, what do you call them? Fat quarters. I don't really like this. It's not my cup of tea, but I think I got it on sale, or it was a good feel to it because it's a nice thick fabric. So I have each piece with a piece of muslin, and therefore I'll make 2 bags that I won't care if they get, you know, pens on them or whatnot. And then I got this fabric from my cousin at the time of, we were all shut down, and I did make some face masks out of this. That's why this was already pre-cut, and I just matched the muslin for that. So this will be one more. And then these are really cute. These are really tiny. This is going to be, and I know my daughter doesn't watch my videos, even though I have asked her to watch them. She just doesn't, because it's not her. She only gets so much time on her phone, and she doesn't want to spend a half hour of it watching this, which is fine. And this is going to be a birthday present. A little pouch made out of this. Isn't that cute? And she really likes this fabric, and this is all the fabric I have left of this. So that will be hers. And then this, I have been wanting to use this fabric forever. And I have enough to make 2 bags out of this. I've been like, oh, it's so pretty, I should use it. And then I just get scared. And I wouldn't use any of my fabric for anything, thinking that, what if I screw up? What if I don't cut it right? What if I don't know how to sew it correctly? Fear, 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 fear. Now, let's see here. I have been spending time batching projects. I have right over here, let me get this. This is my wool mat. And before anyone says anything to me, I don't use it on a hard surface. I actually use it on my ironing board because it has no padding and just a simple cover. And this way, when I have this, the steam goes right through the ironing board and it's all okay. Now, this fabric is Joann's. I got this a long time ago. Was it a decade ago? I don't know. I don't think it was that long ago. At least 7 years ago. And I love it so much. When I saw this on the bolt, I was like, oh my God, Little House on the Prairie, you are mine. I wanted this so badly. I am not taking the pieces apart because they're full of stick pins. I am making, so I have all the pieces cut out except for the interfacing. I am making, let's see, this Simplicity 78926. I am making this dress, but I didn't want it to be right at my knees. I wanted it to be a little bit longer, so I increased it by 5.5 inches at the bottom. That way I can decide how long I want it, because when I put up the piece, I just kind of wanted it a little bit longer. More of a, is it, what do they call it, a midi? I don't know. I also like the shirt. It comes with pants as well. It was a simple pattern to cut out. I'll show you just like a piece here. I bought some tracing paper and I traced my size, at least the one that I think I need, out on tracing paper. I'm not going to undo it, it'll be too crinkly. That way I don't destroy the original pattern, and if I find that I need to change something and kind of mix 2 sizes together, then I can do that. So I am teaching myself to stop being afraid of cutting a nice fabric, of trying something, and even if I fail, it is okay. And believe me, I kind of had a moment yesterday where I kind of flipped out thinking, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to ruin this. What am I doing? This is ridiculous. Why am I doing this? Blah, 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 blah. And then I talked myself off the ledge and I cut out fabric. This one, I mean, look how pretty that is. This was from Walmart. I got this probably a long time ago. I would get like a gift card, or I would save up for my birthday or Christmas or something like that. I would get a gift card, or I would just be like, okay, for my birthday, I'm going to buy myself some fabric so I can sew. And then I would get the fabric and I'd wash the fabric and I'd iron the fabric, and then I'd be like, oh no, I'm scared to cut the fabric. So with that pattern, I am making, whoa, this, I'm making this style, but I'm not going to have the little tabs that go up because I don't like that. I'm just going to have it go flush. And maybe, because I'm short, when I buy capris, they're pants. So maybe they'll be like capri pants. We'll see. Is it the right fabric to use? I don't know, maybe not, but I am using it and that's all that matters. I also have 2 large bowl covers cut out, waiting to be sewed with the elastic. There's 1, and this is 2. Essentially with this, all I did was measure out one of my largest bowls, and then I put the pattern on the fabric, and then I measure around it 2 inches because I didn't think about adding circumference when I made it. So I got this fabric for free. I think getting this fabric for free really set me free, because I felt like, okay, I got this fabric. I didn't have to pay for it. I didn't choose it. It doesn't have like these special bonded meanings to me. And, you know, it's really dark. It has kind of set me free. You know what I just realized? I'm going to see if I can start over or put on pause, but I made 2 other things. I did it. I paused and came back. Okay, I forgot. I also made 2 more rolled, what do you call them? Rolled up pouches. This fabric was another one of my favorites, and I didn't know how or when or why or what, and I decided, you know what? I'm gonna make it into a rolled pouch to hold all of my recently acquired vintage DPNs. I got this fabric down here, free from that coworker, and it was a lot of fun. I measured each DPN case, and so I kind of did that measurement to fit those, like one was 1.5 inches and one was 1 inch. So I just kind of did that, and then I had this ribbon in stash, and it works out just great. I made another rolled up pouch for my daughter for, like, say, jewelry. She loves this ribbon. Inside there's nothing, so she really liked this light pink, what do you call it, dot fabric. And then I also used some of her favorite blue dot fabric inside. So, like, this is for jewelry, so she can put her pieces in there. Like if she's going somewhere, she does once in a while go on a trip with school or whatever, and there you go. So I made those 2 things. I was so happy. I was just like on a roll. I was like, I know what I'm doing. To be perfectly honest, I think I should have made this part longer, but I didn't, and it's okay. Then I got this fabric from, so my coworker was giving away 2 big bags of fabric. Her daughter doesn't sew anymore and she didn't want it and they wanted it out of the house. I got flannel, I got quilting cotton, and I also got cotton batting. A lot of it has already been cut up in different pieces. Now I got this piece of fabric. It had, let's see if I can see. It had a little bit of this, you know, checkerboard at the top and bottom, but not all the way through. And the first time I pulled this out of the bag, I said to myself, that would make a really neat table runner. And so, you know, kind of put it off to the side. I've watched a lot of tutorials on YouTube. And when I was at the Menominee thrift store, well, was that the beginning of the month or end of the month? I got a grab bag for $5, and this piece was inside the grab bag. And it fit perfectly. It was like the same, almost the same exact width. The length was a little bit long. I cut out probably about 6 inches or so. I cut off on one side. And I basically took a long piece of the quilting cotton batting that I had gotten, and I folded it in half, or I took 2 pieces. I don't remember which is which. And then I sewed these lines, if you can see, periodically. I would just do kind of like down, cross, up, cross, down, cross, up, cross. I was just futzing around, kind of doing my own thing. So then I put the 2 pieces together with the cotton batting and sewed all the way around. And then I trimmed my edges and I turned it out. And then I pressed it. It's kind of, I didn't really trim too much off of the sides here because I kind of wanted it to have that thickness, you know. And so then once I had trimmed all of it, I did, what do you call it? I did like a stay stitch all the way around. And I didn't catch, up here you can see, I didn't catch the place where I was turning it out. So I had to go back and re-sew it there. But that's okay, because I forgot all about it when I was looking at it, and only because I was feeling it did I notice. And this can go like for Christmas. I was thinking it would be nice to tack something up like this, and I might have to put on some hooks or something like that and put it on the wall because I think it's just cute. Or it can lay like this on the table and you can put like candles on it, and it's reversible. Can't believe this fabric fit perfectly. It's like a dream come true. And then I got this piece of fabric along with all the others in that I'm going to hold it very back. When I saw this, I was like, this would be a beautiful table runner. I love the Christmas scene. I love winter scene. I love it all. I love the barns. I love the covered wagons. I love everything about this. The covered bridges. It is just so pretty. I didn't want to cut it in pieces. I didn't want to trim any of it. I wanted it to be the size that it came. And then I was thinking about stuff, and I finished my daughter's bag, and she didn't want this fabric, which is cotton sheets. Well, that is a different color. Cotton sheets that I cut up a long time ago for the time that we were all at home for face masks. And then because I didn't use them, I started piecing them together to create a fabric. Well, then I thought, I wonder how big the back part needs to be. So I did basically the same thing as my other table runner. I got the fabric to match. This is a completely different piece. I thought I was doing stuff in low light and I thought it was the same, but it isn't, but that's okay. I made sure that it fit. I quilted the top first with polyester batting I got from Walmart, only a single layer. And I just did lines across. You can kind of see. I just did a line across in basically the same kind of motif area, so it just would blend in as much as possible. And then I did the sandwich thing, and I turned it, you know, went around, connected everything, turned it out, and then put a stay stitch around the top edge. Making sure I caught the side. I'm like trying to see. Oh, yeah, I turned it out down here. You can kind of see because I had to redo it a couple times. I'm having a hard time closing my seams. But, I mean, look at how pretty that is. It's just so pretty. And to have this on a table or maybe as a wall hanging, it just brings a little bit of cheer in the dark part of the year. So I did those. So those are my finished objects. Now, I started working on a bag. I have a lot of fabric for bags. I would love to have a lot of bags. I am using a pattern to make this because even though I've been watching tutorials, sometimes I forget. Sometimes I just want to be, instead of like rewinding and then doing, I just want to look at a pattern. And I bought this for my birthday this year. It is, oh, there, Simplicity S9308, and it has 3 sizes. I'm doing the smallest right now. And I'm not saying it's the best pattern. I'm just saying I am learning from this pattern. I am not done. I got really close to being done, but I really wanted to do the zipper pouch, and so I stopped, and I still have to do the pockets. I figured I was stopping at a good place. I have to do the pockets and the facing, but this fabric does fray a lot, but it's so pretty. I did the box corners pretty well. With this one, I probably won't line it, but with others, I think I will. And I've been really, really watching a lot of tutorials on how to do things. So that is that for sewing. I'm really excited to teach myself. I did also get myself 2 books for my birthday. One is called Stitch Sewing Organizers, and the other one is called The Bag Making Bible. They're very good, and I'm learning from them as well. So let's go on to knitting. Yay, knitting! I'm gonna just move this off the couch and together. All right, so I'm gonna just talk about my dishcloths, which are an ongoing project. I'm just gonna, I have about a half of one done here. So the total count I need is 70 for Christmas gifts. Last week I had 12. This week I had 14, which I made 2.5 total because I haven't finished this one yet, so I'm not counting it. So I need 56 more by the time, about a week before Christmas. So I'm just using the same peaches and cream cotton I got at Walmart. If you want to know more about it, there's a lot of videos with me talking about it. And let's move on to the last thing I will be discussing today, which is my Hazel Cardi. That's what I named it because I'm using the color hazelnut. I am using my Ambud's book, the Handy Book of Sweater Patterns. I am doing a set and sleeve. I really do like the set and sleeve pattern for my body. I am pretty confident that I'm going to be doing a crew neck. I still have time to think about it. I'm pretty confident it's going to be a crew neck, just the way the weight of this yarn has turned into. This is Upcycle Alpaca Blend by Knit Picks. It is a mixture of acrylic, alpaca, and wool, all about the same amount. It is a sport weight. I'm holding it double, and it is heavy. It is substantial. Now, so far I've only worked on the back. I'm really close to being done with the back, but I'm not. I did a 2x2 rib for about 3 inches. It's so squishy. It's so pretty. I am doing a few different modifications. I like the stitch count for size 42, but I'm not that big. So I do the length depending on how I want that sweater to sit. This time I'm doing the length for, I believe, size 36. So I did 13 inches. Let's see if you can see. So that green line there denotes 13 inches. And then the top part of the arm, thigh, and shoulder shaping will be the top part of that will be 9.5 inches, which will give me a sweater of 22.5 inches. And then I've been debating like how long I want the arms. Do I want the arms to go to bracelet length? And if I do, then I need to stop about 2 or 3 inches above my final length, because I have learned that this yarn stretches. I debated if I should have gone to 11 inches, and then I went to 13, and I thought, yeah, 13 would probably be the best, but we'll see. I mean, it does have quite a bit of give, and then once you block it, I'll have to be really careful because I don't want it to be too long. Let's see. Last time I showed you, as you can see my marker, I did quite a bit. It's fun. It's easy to go. It is getting hot to work on because of the blanket nature of the back panel, but I am really close to being done with it. I think I need another 1.5 inches, no more than 2 inches before I do the shoulder shaping. And then that panel will be done. Then I'll work on the front panels and then the sleeves. I said I'm debating on how long I want the sleeves, because part of me wants the sleeves to come to my elbow. But in the winter, when you're outside, sometimes it smushes up here too much, and then I think, oh, maybe I'll have them like 3/4 inch. And then I think, no, I want them all the way down. So that's a good thing about making things in pieces. You can debate as you knit. This has been really, really nice. I didn't have to work at the food truck last weekend, but I did have a family reunion I went to, which was wonderful to see everybody. And I just kind of worked on this a lot. This or dishcloths. I know I didn't really get that far on dishcloths, but I did work on this quite a bit. Besides that, I like to sew. So as we move on to the future, school starts next week. And actually I have my first ticket booth tomorrow. So I will be working quite a bit the next 2 months. So my thoughts are, I have a lot of projects in the works with knitting, so that is not a problem. I can pick up this cardigan or another cardigan I'm working on, or dishcloths, or actually I have 3 cardigans. Yes. Wait. My vegetable patch, I still need to finish the arms. Hazel Cardi, my palette. For sure 3 cardigans. Then I have my coloric sweater, I have a cable sweater, I have my daughter's cami, I have socks, I did finish a hat. So there's a lot of projects knitting wise. But if I have some time then I will just pull out my machine because I have all the pieces pinned together, worked up. I have all the notes together, and then I can sew on some stuff. And I would just like to keep on moving throughout the whole year, getting more stuff done. And I'll be honest, I watched a YouTube video on English paper piecing, and it sounds awesome. And then I had to talk myself off the cliff yesterday. I said, because I still have to crochet a whole bunch of stuff too. I said, do you need more projects? And I'm like, yes, but you have so many that you haven't finished. And I'm like, I know. I just need the time to go slower. I think everybody would benefit with slower time. Wouldn't that be nice? I'm having such an awesome day. I'm just gonna slow down time. Anyway, I hope you're sorry. I hope you're all doing well. Take care, have fun. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing and commenting on my videos. I truly appreciate it. And until next time, bye for now.